If you want to make your bad time sweet, go ahead and head over to the Sugar Shack collection. Link down below in the description box where you can get a discount on your purchase. Hey everybody, what's up? It's your girl Bondy Blue, and I am back for American Horror Story Season 8, the Apocalypse Season Finale. Y'all, I did not think that they were going to be able to wrap this all up in one episode the way they did, but damn it, they did it. They did it, and I enjoyed it, and I remember getting halfway through like, damn, this ain't almost the end. This shit has been rolling. Like, I felt like I was watching it for a long amount of time, even though I was enjoying it every step of the way. It was crazy. So y'all, let's get into it. So we see Myrtle in her luscious, thick orange hair rolling up on Miss Venable, set in all purple, being a basic bitch as she is, okay? And she asked to see her employers. And Miss Venable says, do you have an appointment? She says, no, dear. Would you call on them, please? And she won't do it. They have a little witty rapport between one another, and she says something along the lines of, I might have to explain your hair to them. My hair is an eternal mystery, which is never to fully be understood. She did some spell on this bitch to get her to shut the fuck up. Walked around her and went in there and met with the two cokehead geniuses, okay? On the way out, she told her, purple is for royalty, dear, not middle management. I was like, yes! Get that bitch together, okay? Because that orange hair with that color of purple is just terrible. That's lilac. That's not lavender. That's lilac. You can have that. I was not appreciative of that mix right there. It was just bad. Anyway, y'all, she goes into the founder's office and makes them give her the information on the outpost so that she can be clear about what's going on and share it with the girls, and also make sure that she gets a spot for Coco and Mallory. When she walks out, she tells them, now the unpleasant part. I must leave before killing you. Like, what? I was so happy they was dead. I was so happy they was dead, and I didn't realize that the tall one was the same guy as Coco's fiance, who chased her to the outpost and then got radiation but still somehow lived, and then snuck into the building, and then we thought he got killed, but then this episode we find out, oh no, the nigga wasn't dead at all, okay? So look, Myrtle takes this info back to the witches, and they plan to make Coco and Mallory forget who they are. Put them under an identity spell so that they can put them in the outposts. And Coco is meant to demean Mallory, you know, kind of like Madison's personality, so that she can weaken her powers and she won't know who she is, so that Michael won't be able to smell the witch on them, okay? So that was the plan from the very beginning, okay? Coco's parents have to die in the apocalypse, which is very difficult for Coco. And Coco apologizes for whatever she's about to say or whatever's going to happen between she and Mallory, because Mallory is her very best friend. She's taught her everything she knows, and without her, her life would be gone. She would be dead. Like, she really loves Mallory, and the idea of having to belittle her and demean her in such a way just really upset her, and she wanted to do it another way, but there is no other way, okay? So they do the spell on them. And then we see them going to the hair salon. Madison is dropping them off, being a terrible fucking Uber, messing this girl hair up and all of that, to get her down to the hairstylist so that she can get her hair done with Mallory there as her assistant. We also see that that's where she met that fiance of hers, the one who I was telling y'all about, who chased her down to the outpost. So Madison sees Dinah's billboard, because y'all know Dinah made a deal with the devil. In order to let him in and kill all of the witches, she made a deal to have a television show. Well, there was a billboard on the side of a bus, all right, which definitely pissed Madison off, and she went back to Myrtle and Delia and told them that she wanted to burn that bitch. And Myrtle was like, okay, dear, I'll get the matches. Like, wait, no. I want her to go through it. I want her to be in the outpost, okay? Cordelia wants her to be safe so she can get to the end and watch that bitch go down, like, for real, for real. She don't want her to go down in this shit. She don't want her to go down beforehand. She want her to think that she got away scot-free and then snatch it from her like a baby with a toy. So we go back to how we started the season with Mallory being in the outpost as a servant and Michael calling on her and trying to get to know her. And she tells him to get off of her and blows him backwards. And then he does the demon face and then she isn't scared. She kind of blows back at him and he's like, who are you? Mallory was a witch. That's why that there had happened, okay? Then we see Madison, Cordelia, and Myrtle rising from the grave and going to the outpost, all right? And we saw this all like the first few episodes of the season. Michael tells the witches to fall to their feet and worship him, and he will save them and bring them into, you know, Satan's loving hot-ass arms. I'm just like, yeah, child, whatever, okay? Dinah, who was saying from the jump that she was not going to fight on the side of the witches and that she was going to pick the side of the winner. And Cordelia was like, oh, honey, like we did not think for a second that you was going to fight for us. And then, y'all, Angela Bassett, Marie Laveau comes out the back like, damn. And I was like, I wasn't expecting it. I wasn't expecting it. And I was so happy to see her. I was so happy to see her. She was like, bitch, you are never gonna be on the same level as me as Voodoo Queen, okay? Get that through your head, okay? And guess what? She said that Papa Legba let her out of hell where she was torturing Delphine, Lalaurie, okay? Bitch. Anyway, so Papa Legba let her out because she wasn't that great at torturing people, all right? She wasn't really built for the torturing. So Cordelia comes there and gets her, and they made a deal with Papa Legba to give him Dinosaur because hers was way more fucked up. She was way more evil and messed up and depraved, and she would probably have so much more fun down there in hell torturing people. So that was the exchange, and Dinah said, don't think for a second you wouldn't have done the same thing I did. And she said, no. And then she jumped up on top of her and took out an axe and hit that bitch in the neck with it, blood all over the place. Now, the trash has been taken out. I was like, yes. Yes, okay? I was here for it. So Meade cocks her arm, you know, because she got a gun on her arm because she's a robot, right? So she about to start shooting, but then Cordelia does a spell, and then it makes her start to combust and shit, and she's shaking and she blow up, and then her head is on the ground twitching and shit like a robot, and Michael is on the ground because he just got blown to his ass when she exploded, and he's sitting up there crying, looking at her head, and I'm like, motherfucker, it's a robot. What's wrong with you? The real Meade is long gone. Nigga, like, perk up. Okay, this is not a loss right now. Because you ain't got nobody on your side shooting people and shit. He is pissed, okay? So Madison takes Meade's arm, okay, which has the gun on it, and shoots his ass up. But he only has a few minutes before he's gonna come back from the dead with a fucking vengeance, okay? So they try to get Mallory up the stairs to do the spell so she can go all the way back to 2015 and kill his ass before he had a chance to do all of this shit he did, okay? But that crazy ass fiance is up there, still alive, and stabs Mallory in the stomach. And we like, are you fucking kidding me right now, you idiot? Myrtle loses her shit and burns him to a crisp. You know, and he just dead. Mallory's on the ground, about to die. We don't know what the fuck we gonna do. Okay, meanwhile, Madison is trying to hold Michael off. Michael wakes up, and when she turns around and shoot him again, he goes like this, and her head fucking explodes. It was just gross. Her body falls to the ground. He starts up the stairs. Marie Laveau is our first line of defense. She was like, go, get her out of here. All right, so we trying to save everybody, right? So Marie Laveau put a little dust on the ground. You won't get past this. And he says, you think your little voodoo spells gonna stop me? And he reaches through her shield and grabs her heart. All right, Coco is right behind him and stabs him through the chest, but the motherfucker don't die. This does nothing. He doesn't even pass out, not even a little bit, y'all. And then he takes Marie Laveau's heart out of her chest, eats the shit, and then snaps his fingers and snaps Coco's neck, and he's off down the hallway, all right? Mallory is not perking up, okay? Mallory is too weak to do the spell. They got her in the tub with the candles, and she's just not strong enough. They're fucked, in the words of Myrtle. We're fucked, dear. So now Cordelia know what she got to do, all right? She has to sacrifice herself. So Cordelia runs out into the hallway, and Michael is coming down, and he's like, ha ha, finally got you, witch, okay? He thinking he about to kill her, and he's like, you know, I knew you were going to make it. I wanted you to, so I could watch your face as you realize you failed. And she says, you're a child. You're a child. You didn't do any of this on your own. Always had people coddling you and helping you along the way, you know, like many of you privileged white men. Okay? And she tells him that even in death, she will have won. And he doesn't even understand. She said, I'm not even going to give you the satisfaction. So she takes the knife from his hand and stabs herself in the heart. And when the look on his face, when he realizes that her dying has sealed his fate, the look, she kind of smirks a little bit in the pain. She's like, and then she jumps back and she falls and splat on the ground, and Michael looks down, and then we see Mallory. She perked up, she grabs the hair that Myrtle pulled from his head, chopped, silky, beautiful, and she goes into the spell, y'all. She goes all the way back to 2015. Okay, this is when Michael first killed the priest. Grandma is in there flipping the fuck out. Must you kill every living thing that you come in contact with? And what am I made to clean up all the dead animals and the dead nannies? I am done with you. I just thought this was a phase, but oh no, this is who you are, and I don't want to ever see you again. Get out. Get the hell out. Okay, she tells him to go to hell and get the hell out. She's had enough. He didn't kill the last person on her watch, okay? And he grabs her up by the neck like he gonna strangle her, and she says, you can't do it, can you? Because you're a wimp. You're weak. Tells him that he can't do it. He lets her go. And she tells him to get the hell up out of her house, all right? So he's like, fine, he's leaving. He puts on his little jean jacket and he runs out the door and he runs into the street, and then bam! He get hit by a big-ass 2015 Ford SUV. Guess who's driving it? Our girl Mallory. Okay? She hit him, rolled over him, looked back, rolled backwards, stopped, looked and saw Grandma come running outside, gave Grandma the what's up, rolled back over the motherfucker. And that's when everything broke, and she heard, that this was over. And then she rolled off, right? And then we see Grandma run up to him. And she puts his head in her lap, and he's like, I'm scared. Grandma, take me to the house. I could be there with you forever. And just that thought, she said, go to hell. And put his ass back down on the ground and let that motherfucker die right there on the street, on the concrete, all right? In the middle of the day, in broad daylight. Rock-a-bye, baby. And just like that, the nigga's dead. Then we see Mallory leave from killing him and go straight to Cordelia's school. And she enters the school, and we see that everybody is still alive. Zoe is still there. Queenie is still there. The only person that's not there is Myrtle, and it's because with the apocalypse not looming and weighing heavily on Cordelia, she didn't feel the need to call Myrtle back alive, so Myrtle is still gone. But nobody remembers anything. She remembers everything, but Cordelia doesn't remember anything. Then she warns Queenie from going to Hotel Cortez because she was going to go to Hotel Cortez to stay there when she went to L.A. And she was like, girl, don't do it. Don't stay in L.A. It's too busy. Go to Venice Beach, girl. She was like, okay, I guess I'll stay in Venice Beach. And I'm like, oh, great. So then Queenie doesn't die. So then we see Nan. Nan comes back from hell because, Papa Legba is her boo and everything. And everybody hates their boss, okay? So everybody was so grateful to Mallory for killing the Antichrist and everything, because I think the demons didn't want the world to end, because most people don't want the world to end. They like all the fuck shit that takes place, okay? If the world is gone, there's nothing to feed on, okay? Except for people that you don't want to feed on because they're filled with radiation, okay? What's the fun in that? So anyway, they kind of become demons themselves. There's nobody to take over. So, yeah, she brings Misty Day back from hell, y'all. That was their gift. Everybody wanted to do something for Mallory for what she did, so one of the gifts was Nan coming with Misty Day. And Nan said, yeah, I got to go back. I like it down there. Papa Legba's my boo. He lets me play. So I'll see y'all, you know, next time I need to bring somebody up from hell. Call me when y'all ready to come get Madison, because she's still in hell too, okay? Mallory says she'll get out there one day, but you know she can stay in there a little longer, okay? Here's the thing though. We all know the energy is never destroyed. It is merely transferred, okay? And the energy of the Antichrist is transferred. In 2020, we see the characters that the story started off with this season, Timothy and Emily. We see them meet each other outside of a coffee shop during a protest, okay? Get together, a year later, she's having a baby. Has the baby, 3 years later, they're talking about how hard it is raising this 3-year-old that seems so angry and don't never stop. Leaving with the nanny. They go inside, there's blood, you know, blood clouds, the red clouds over the house, and the crows are circling. These are not good signs, people. These are not good signs at all, okay? So they go into the house, they see blood on the wall. Of course, the nanny is dead. Their son killed the nanny. And then guess who's knocking on the door? The black pope, that creepy bitch in need. I'm like, well, goddamn. You know, like y'all should have went and found these people who y'all knew helped him the first time and made sure that they somehow ended up dead. Y'all are witches. It would have been all right. Like, I'm just saying, you know what I mean? Like, give them mead for Madison. You know what I'm saying? Let's switch some people out so we can make sure that we don't have another set of creepy people plopping up to help the Antichrist be the Antichrist and shit. Y'all. That shit had me so, like, you know, I was just like, I thought this was going to be a happy ending. It kind of was, and it was very gratifying. But just the idea that this motherfucker was reborn so quickly, just like 5 years later, it just kind of depressed me a little bit, and I couldn't wait to get into Greenleaf, okay? But I'm doing the shows backwards. So as I watch them, I'm doing the reviews going back, all right? So yeah, that was American Horror Story. I hope y'all enjoyed the review. I hope y'all enjoyed all of the reviews from this season. I enjoyed the season. It was like dark as fuck, but I still enjoyed it because I enjoyed the witch aspect of it so very, very much. And I wish we would have had a little bit more of Angela Bassett and Marie Laveau and all of that, but it's cool. I enjoyed it nonetheless. I hope y'all enjoyed the reviews. There is a playlist if you want to watch all of the reviews I've done on this season. So please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel if you have not already. And I'll see y'all in the next one. Peace out.